Hi, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me very well. And I'm happy to have the opportunity to present today. And the data center, so I'm personally in the data center market for more than 25 years. And over the last 6 years, I'm working in startups, and it's a really exciting technology we have at Cloud and Heat. Okay. I think I need to start the presentation again. Hang on a second. But you saw the first slide. Did you see the slide?
Yes, we did.
So I'm going to try this again. Okay.
There are arrows on the bottom left where you can also change slides.
Yeah, let's try that. That might be the better way. So let me try it again. Okay, so you see the second slide now?
Yes, we do.
Very good. So why do we build the most energy efficient digital infrastructures worldwide? Well, first of all, the data center market is booming, and it's the backbone of everything, especially now in the times of virtual. And everybody uses these new platforms here, and it wouldn't be possible with stable data centers. And therefore, the data centers now getting a lot of attention and focus. And the first countries start to look at more in detail what's the energy usage of data centers, what's the impact, the environmental impact of data centers, and therefore it's getting a lot of interest. So the data centers we built reduce the energy consumption significantly, and there's just a recent report that currently data centers globally use between 3.5% and 5% of the global energy right now, and this will go up dramatically. And the technology we use to build the data centers delivers a significant carbon footprint reduction. And that's along the same lines like what Opus 12 described. Everybody's looking at the carbon footprint and what to do. And the booming and growing industry like the data center industry needs to look at that and do something. What we're also doing is using the waste heat of data centers, but I will show that to you in a bit of a technical slide a little later. With doing all of this, you can optimize global operations. And if a company runs multiple data centers globally in different climate zones, in different regions, we also have a software which basically connects these data centers and moves the current load, the IT load, to the best running data center in terms of power pricing, waste heat usage, and everything like that at any point in time. So that's a combination of software and hardware offerings. So Cloud and Heat was actually founded in 2011. We are about 90 people right now, and we have done several projects in many different locations in the world. So we delivered data center products to Japan, a lot to the Scandinavian countries, because Norway, Sweden, Finland, they are at the forefront of innovation when it comes to data centers in Europe. And obviously, they also have significant amounts of power, and most of their power is renewable and based on hydropower, or if you go to countries like Iceland, it's geothermal. So it's a lot of green power which is available in these countries. And since this is the Startup Week in Poland, Poland is also one of the rising stars right now in the data center industry. So there are significant investments in Poland in new data centers. And I think it's all one of the reasons is also that there's plenty availability of power in the country of Poland. So what we're looking at are not the mega hyperscale data centers. We're looking at more decentralized compute for all these applications we know here. So cloud, public health, they will all need, especially in times of 5G, smaller data center places which are closer to the end customer. So you will have more smaller data centers in large cities than it was over the last few years. And I think we can almost skip that slide. I said it before. It's 3.5% to 5%, which goes to data centers right now. And if you look at this chart, by 2030, the forecast is that 21% of the global electricity will go to something IT related. And then if you take that gray bottom part, that's basically the data centers. And obviously every technology which can save energy, which is based on renewable energy and saves carbon footprint, is more than welcome here. So what we are offering, we have the software solutions, but I think the software solutions are the tools to be able to run mainly our hardware solutions. So we got Managed Kubernetes and SecuStack, which is a digital sovereignty in the cloud. But if you look at the innovation, most of the innovation sits in our hardware solutions. And the hardware solutions offering water-cooled solutions. And that is the big difference. The data centers we're talking about are water-cooled and not traditionally air-cooled. And that means you need to bring the water cooling technology to servers, but also to the overall infrastructure installations in these data centers. And just for a few numbers here, so you got a micro data center on the left side, the bottom left of that slide, and that's the smallest unit, and you can go up to 80 kW in electrical power in one single cabinet, and then you have the bigger ones, or even in a container. And we just build a container where a standard shipping container has 2.4 megawatts of compute, and that's a very high density. So what I want to talk about is really our key project in Frankfurt, where we took over the data center from the former European Central Bank building. The European Central Bank moved into another building. And with that small installation you see here, you basically see in the middle of that picture, these 4 racks are water cooled. And what this is doing, the hot water which is coming out of these racks is going straight into the heating system of the building, and parts of the building are currently heated by that warm water. And if I say warm water, it's 60 Celsius, 60 to 65, which comes out of these operations. And with a 400 kW IT capacity, and for those who know data centers, that's not a big data center, you can already save 710 tons of CO2 per year, and that equals 90 football fields. So this is a significant saving, and in an ideal environment here where you have the customer in the very same building. And the whole water cooling technology is getting more and more standard now with all the server guys and the server manufacturers, but we also developing water cooling kits for the servers. And just a few more numbers here. So on the left side, you see these are the biggest users of energy in the data center. And when you use water cooling instead of air cooling, you can significantly reduce the size of the air condition. And that's the middle part here. So the red bottom you see, the cooling, you can save 90% of the energy cost for an air condition using our technology. And if you combine all of this here, you can roughly save between 25 and 30% of the entire energy cost of the data center. And with our cooling technology, the hot water cooling, 95% of the waste heat in the hot water can be reused for heating the building. So you can heat the building, you can supply manufacturing buildings. And again, coming back to the Frankfurt picture, in Frankfurt there's a hotel in that skyscraper, and that's the best user you can have. They need warm water all day long, even in the summer. They have a bar which needs hot water. So that is the best case and the best solution for us. So in our ideal world in the future, you have data centers in multiple different places, and then you got some of them can put in the heat to district heating, very successfully implemented again in the Nordics in Stockholm, and some of them can heat individual buildings, manufacturing buildings, but that technology will be state of the art in the next 5 to 10 years. So I've just listened to a presentation a couple of days ago from one of the large consulting companies in the data center industry, and they forecasting that within 10 years, about 80 to 85% of all servers will be water cooled, and that's a significant step to CO2 reduction and basically do something very green and renewable in a fast growing industry. So if you guys are interested in getting more details, you can contact us either directly through LinkedIn or the usual tools, or through Plug and Play. And thanks again, Plug and Play. So far, it's a very good experience with you guys. So I've done a number of pitches. We had some sessions with deal flow sessions, even with California. And I was impressed walking into your headquarters and looked at that wall on the right-hand side, and there were so many German companies. So that was very good. So thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian, for the incredibly interesting and enriching presentation, also for the kind words, of course.
Thank you.